Hey guys, Country Life Gaming here. Welcome to another video. Before we get started, please hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed, and give this video a big thumbs up. It'll go a long way to helping out the channel. And if you don't do it for me, do it for Princess Moo Moo. Stay tuned. I am so excited for today's video. It's something I've been wanting to do since before I started a YouTube channel, and that is retro game reviews. And today, we're going to be talking about a game that's considered by many to be the greatest platforming game of all time. And that game is Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This game holds a very special place in my heart. It's one of the first games I ever played, and I'm a firm believer that video game preservation is something we should all be interested in. If you're a Switch owner and you're an online subscriber and you've never played this game, please check it out. It's free and it's included in your subscription if you're already subscribed. But let's take a deeper look at this game and what made it so special. This game revolutionized what we know about platforming. When the Little Red Plumbing Man came out in the 1980s, who would have thought that he would have been such a smash hit for Nintendo? The original Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, also referred to as the NES, launched in 1985 and garnered widespread success and attention. The idea of a little man wearing red overalls platforming across your screen was a huge success. The IP officially took off and became known as a worldwide video game success story. It received a second and third game in 1988, and Super Mario Bros. 3 launched in North America in 1990 for the NES. A huge success for Nintendo. Then came the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, also referred to as the SNES, and that is when the world was introduced to this game, Super Mario World. A game that defined the SNES console. Out of all the great games that was produced for the Super Nintendo, almost everyone's top 5 list has Super Mario World on it. The game was just that good. It introduced upgraded graphical sprites along with new gameplay elements. Mario and his green-trousered brother Luigi could now use a spin move as well as fly by way of a feather cape. It also boasted an impressive 96 total levels, which was the longest by far for any Mario game of the time. The player navigates through the game via 2 game screens, an overworld map and a side-scrolling course. The overworld map displays an overhead perspective of the current world and has several paths leading from the world's entrance to a castle at the end. Paths connect to action panels, which are in the form of different colored blocks, red, green, and blue for example. They're fortresses, ghost house, castles, and other map icons that allow players to take different routes to reach the world's goal. The majority of the game takes place in these linear levels populated with different obstacles and enemies, which involves the player traversing the stage by way of dashing, jumping, dodging, and even flying to defeat enemies. The player is given a number of lives, which are lost if Mario comes into contact with an enemy, while small Mario either falls into a bottomless pit, gets crushed, or just plain runs out of time. The game ends when the player runs out of lives, although the player can continue from the most recent save point. Each world features a final stage with a boss to defeat. Each of the 7 worlds features fortresses controlled by one of the Koopas, and the player also battles Bowser in his castle in the 7th and final world. Super Mario World includes a multiplayer option which allows 2 players to play together by alternating turns at navigating the overworld map and accessing stage levels. The first player controls Mario, while the second player controls his brother Luigi. In addition to the power-ups from previous games such as the Mushroom and the Fire Flower, Super Mario World has a new power-up named the Cape Feather, which gives Mario a cape and the ability to fly, glide in the air, and use the cape as a sail. The game also introduces the ability to store an extra power-up in a box at the top center of the screen to be used later if need be. If Mario gets hit by an enemy, the stored item in the box will automatically drop. The player can manually release the stored item at any time also by pressing the select button. The game introduces Yoshi, a dinosaur companion that you can see on the screen now. Mario can ride Yoshi, and Yoshi's able to eat most enemies. If Yoshi attempts to eat a Koopa or its shell, he can spit it out and fire it at enemies. When holding any Koopa shell in his mouth, Yoshi gains the ability that corresponds to the shell's color. A blue shell, for example, enables Yoshi to fly, and a red shell allows him to produce 3 fireballs that he spits at enemies to defeat them. The default Yoshi's green, but the game also has hidden blue, yellow, and red Yoshis the player can obtain, each by finding its egg in Star World, which is a secret area of the game. You either have to feed the small Yoshi 5 enemies or 1 star, super mushroom, fire flower, or cake feather, causing the baby Yoshi to mature to a grown Yoshi. Although the main objective is to navigate through these 7 worlds to reach the end of the game, the player can beat the game much faster by using the secret Star Road routes. Star Road is part of Star World, as I mentioned earlier. It takes you to Star World. To access the hidden world, the player needs to find keys that are scattered throughout the game's levels. When a key is found, it must be brought to a keyhole to unlock either a new level or another Star Road. Exploring these secret stages can lead to other stages such as the Special World. Completion of this special world permanently changes some of the enemy sprites and alters the overworld map's color scheme, giving it a fall aesthetic. Super Mario World received critical and commercial acclaim. Nintendo has sold 20.61 million copies of the game worldwide, making it the best-selling game for the Super Nintendo. Like I said, you can't think of SNES without thinking of Super Mario World. The game received 1991 Game of the Year awards from Nintendo Power and Power Play. Being a pack-in game for the SNES, Super Mario World helped popularize the console and became the best-selling game of its generation. It also boosted the popularity of Yoshi, who became one of the most important characters in the Mario franchise, reappearing in later Super Mario games and in nearly all Mario sports and spin-off games. Yoshi appears as the main playable character in Super Mario World's 1995 prequel, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, which we may cover in another video. Well guys, there it is, my opinion and my take on what I consider to be one of the greatest video games of all time. But let me know down below what you think. Is Super Mario World worthy of a top 5 spot on your list? And thank you so much for stopping by. Please hit the like button if you liked the video, hit the dislike if not, and I'll see you soon.